sits, but either way, life goes forward, and we're here, man. What I'm so bullish going into 2026. I mean, the relationships and connections we made, and people we roll with in the space, it just feels so good. Like I just feel like there's some momentum and motion here, and it's man, it puts a smile on my face. So, are you back, Bubba?
I am back. Heard everything loud and
You
clear
sound
too.
good.
Yeah, because I'm on my computer, man. That's why I don't like talking on my phone. You got to jump around too much, and I don't know what's going on with the audio on the phone. I've heard a couple. I mean, some of them sounded fine, but then some of them the music wouldn't play right, and then they were in and out. So all good, all good. Just a reminder, we are live on Twitch, we are live on YouTube, and we are live on X as well. So this space is not only recorded here, but it's recorded on those three platforms at the current moment. I'm excited about tonight too. I know I saw I think Uncle Dan's over in another space right now, so I'm going to shoot him a text here in a minute. We're going to have the guys from Hedge. We'll see if they can stop by. I'm kind of curious to hear a little more about Hedge as well. What they're building and all that. So it'll be exciting. And then we do have some updates for the community and updates for life, So I want to get around to it. Troll King, I'm going to jump over to you real quick. I'd like to say hi to everyone that's up here first, and then we get to it. So how you doing, TK?
Yo, what's up, Ninja Cat fam? What's up? Nah, man, it's 4 a.m. I'm here. I'm hyped. I'm ready to hear what you guys, have to offer, what updates and all that good stuff. Man, I've been missing out, and I'm free tomorrow, so I figured out, why not stay up for the Ninja Cat community? Why not? I'm here. I'm here for the vibe. I'm here for anything you need me to.
Oh man, that's awesome, dude. That means a lot, man. I know we're gonna take a spot at on the Megaspace Sunday coming up. So if you got that post, throw it up in the Jumbotron up there. Throw it up in the Ninjatron. And then later on, we'll get some more posts. We got some upcoming spaces from people that hop through here. That a lot of space hosts. Good to see everybody. So let me jump around the room here. My man Trizzy in the house. That's my man Tony. Thurston, welcome, dude. Haven't seen you in a while. Liz, of course. Liz is rolling through. Let's give her the proper introduction. Peanut, my man. Peanut's coming through with some fire stuff as well. Wander, my man Josh. Soul Cowboy, Jimmy in the house, and Laz. Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you guys being here. Fire background starting to roll through. I love seeing it. So yeah, we definitely got some updates and stuff. It's been an interesting few weeks. Very solid start to the year. I know I called Trizzy down there. It's so weird saying this. It kind of hurts, but I used to work with Trizzy, and I don't anymore. Today was my first day on my new job, and it was a good day. It was definitely a new chapter to the book, and I'm excited. It's tough to say where it's going to lead or where we're going from here with it, but it was what I heard, what I seen about the company. The first thing was like right on orientation. The first 5 seconds of the video I'm watching is core values. I'm like, stop, let me just take a picture of that. I absolutely love the core values are put into that company as well. So that was the first sign for me, and their core values are solid. So we at Ninja Cat love core values. That was one of the first big things we implemented into the project, and it's also kind of what inspired music, was be able to create the songs that we did, the albums we put out there, and one of those albums is solely our core values, and I love that about it. So Tex, I see you rolling through, dude. Grab a mic when you can. I just want to get, like I said, get more acclimated with Hedge, what you guys are building, how things are going, hurdles you've had to jump through, all that good stuff. So I appreciate you being here, and we'll kind of jump into it here. We'll start up. Usually we run these spaces for a couple hours, so 10 to 12. That'll probably be the norm tonight. I don't think I need to go to bed. I do got to be up early. We're heading out to so this is kind of interesting. This will be a new thing for me. Is tomorrow I'll be meeting with someone who builds multi-million-dollar homes as a new client. So I gotta, you basically gotta take them out and take them to a nice lunch and kind of snooze them over, and it's going to be interesting. So tomorrow I'm kind of thrown into the fire pit, so we'll see how it goes, but I think
You're gonna do fine, dude. You're such a likable guy.
Let me change my mic. All right, is that better? Talk with me talking.
Bubba.
Okay, is that echo gone now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I always forget to do that. Man, I got it quick this time. All right, we're catching up. Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of skill sets that I've learned over the years through my past job and also through here. Web3 is going to be a huge part of what I'm doing. Part of what I'm doing is networking. That's a big part of it. And also the other part is, being able to take a no, being able to handle somebody telling you no, and then taking that no and saying, okay, how can I learn from this? Why did I get the no? And what do I need to get the yes? And not in like a car salesman way, but, understanding that stuff. So I think that's powerful, and Web3, I think, is going to play a big role in that. So it'll be good. It'll be good for sure. I do want to jump over the newest thing. I was trying to bring it in here, but if I have too many, browsers open, it mixes audio. So I did put it up in the Jumbotron. First post in the Tron up top is the new buy bot we put into play on X. It's not anything crazy. We have a buy bot in Telegram, and I like the buy bots because, we've said this a million times, like $5 buy or a $500 buy, any of those buys, I'm proud of that. Like, it's something to be proud of. It's something that means that somebody, because obviously, yes, we could turn a volume bot on, we could pay a KOL, we can start pumping, we can start moving things, and they're going to get buys. We're going to get buys. It's going to end up in the same picture down back where we started. And, and eventually people get tired of that. So we're kind of taking a different approach on that. So now we kind of look at it we roll with a lot of NFT projects. We see how excited they are when one gets bought, one floor gets taken, one new member comes in, and it's like, why is that excitement not in meme tokens anymore? It's like, oh, it was one buy, no big deal, or 10 buys, no big deal. And it's like, we've lost that same feeling, like the excitement of that buy. I remember when I first got in, I was in a project on Ethereum, and there was a guy that would always post the new price every time a buy would come through. He'd screenshot it, zoom it in, like crop it, and then post it, and crop it and post it, like every buy, dude. And it was so exciting to watch, and people just loved those posts. And I feel like we've gotten away from that. So having the buy bot on X, I think is cool. You get to see it. You can just quickly repost it. So I started looking into that last night about 8:00. This idea came to my head, and I saw all the NFT projects have one. So I'm like, I wonder if we can do one with a token. So of course, in my nature, I could not stop, even though it was my first day, Monday. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get some good sleep tonight. I'm not going to do any spaces. I'm just going to get some rest. And here it is, 2:30 in the morning, and I'm still messing with this bot. But we got it done last night. We finished it up. So we have an active buy bot on X that works with the API of X. And for the first time ever, I coded this whole thing through different, GitHub and I don't know, Railway and all these other things. So actually not only did all that and coded it to it, but we actually got it onto a server so my computer doesn't have to be up and running while we're doing it. So it was one of those proud moments. It's like, it may not be a huge thing, but it's cool to know that, okay, we did it. It's done. We have an active, we've kind of coded something into the X platform, which now, if you really look at the bigger picture, what else can we do now? What else can we do with that? The buy bot's cool, but what else can we do? What else can we add in there? So kind of opens the door. So I got some things brewing there, which I think will be pretty cool because we now have the access to the X portal, the developer portal. and that gives us the keys we need to kind of intermingle coding with X platform. So it'd be kind of cool. All right, we got Peanut up here. Let me say hi to him. We got some more people. Jags in the house. Red, always throwing me off with that PFP. We got Space in the house. Welcome in, everybody. Rog, and then, of course, you got the game in coming in hot. All right, let's get you out of here. All right, Peanut, how you doing, dude?
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. You got me at the end there. You had me. I was just scrolling down. I'm like, oh, I wonder who else is here in the space. And then sure enough, you touched on it. Anyways, no, just wanted to say, appreciate you letting me come up, hang out for a little bit. I know the discussion is going to be pretty, topic focused, of course, with the special guests you guys brought on. But yeah, just wanted to say, appreciate, you guys, again, being, key people in my life over the last several months, and just pushing me out of my comfort and holding me accountable, and just being people that honestly add a lot of value to the space. So looking forward to pushing pushing myself more and more. And I can say that both of you guys arguably live rent free in my head right now, and I'm usually playing your guys' voice amongst some other people too. They definitely know who they are, and again, just wanted to say, thank you for doing that, and again, being a positive force to a lot of people in this space, not just me too. I know other people can certainly say the same. So that's all that I got for right now. I know I'm just working on getting some other posts out and working on actually more video content too. So I'm excited to get back to, as Cody would say, Sam's warehouse, and certainly going to have to make some trips over to Costco as well. And we're definitely going to have to expand into the malls, some of the local malls. And, we're going to have to, I think, even eventually take it to the streets of the Twin Cities area too. So that will probably mean I have to upgrade my setup at some point. But for now, we're making the most of our resources. So that's my thought and monologue and rant for the night. Again, appreciate you guys being positive forces in my life again to make some change.
It's my boy.
That's my boy Blue. Peanut, proud of you, man. Got those videos out, got everything out. I love seeing it too. I'm interested to see like the mall ones, just randomly talking to people, getting the topics, the Peanut topics. That'd be interesting. So yeah, I'm happy to see that. I can tell you someone to chat with the IRL type streaming stuff would be Dreamcat, Zach. He has gone through quite a transition into, streaming from Disney World, Disneyland, all that stuff. And his equipment's gotten a little better and better each time. So he's kind of fine-tuned what works and what doesn't. So next time you're around him or you see him pop in somewhere, I would chat it up with him as far as cameras and, doing the live from just walking around, talking to people. He's really got that down pretty good. So give you that. Let's jump over to Tex. We got him back up here real quick, and then we'll get right into it with Tex, man. I just shot Uncle Dan a text real quick. So Tex, how you doing tonight, dude?
Sorry, brother. Had to get back. I was literally just in the middle of texting the space over to Uncle Dan as well. Just a fair warning that the 3-year-old is still awake, so I might be off and on available a little bit, but that's my life, and I wouldn't change a thing about it.
Oh, I hear you, dude. No, that's no problem at all, man. Do what you got to do and be here when you can, but I'm happy to have you up here. Happy to see you over on the Twitch too, man. I was slacking over there. So Liz, Laz, Wander, appreciate you guys rolling through. Tex hopped over there as well. And so we do have this live on Twitch as well. And I'll get a link up in the Jumbotron so you guys got that. Make sure you drop a follow. We hit our 150 followers last Friday. 250 subs on the month. The numbers on the stream have been insane every week, just better and better and better. And it's the engagement that I love seeing. So appreciate that.
Bubba,
Yeah.
you know what I love about you, man? And this is why I'm so grateful to be your friend, is any little bit of success, no matter the size, is celebrated by you. And that's something that I admire, that quality about you. Because, like I said, it can be something so small, and to some people are like, that's really not much. But, every win's a win. You just need to think positive and forward think. And it's momentum, and it's placing one foot in front of the other. And that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a gift to be able to have the mindset to appreciate a journey through a lens like that.
I appreciate that. All I know is we had 137 followers and now we have 150. So my opinion, that's growth. We didn't have 136 after that. So I mean, that's kind of how I see it. But I appreciate that, dude. And that's a good mindset to have for anybody. Make sure you guys always celebrate those small wins. Don't focus on the big stuff. That's 2026 goals for us is get this 1000x out of your head. Do we want it to happen? Everyone does. And would you complain? No. But it's a much better life when you can start focusing on some of the small wins. So that being said, let's just jump over so that way if Tex does have to head out with the baby, we got him locked down. So Uncle Dan's here as well. Beautiful. Uncle Dan, how you doing tonight, dude?
I'm good, Bubba. Good, Bubba. How you all the other boys doing?
Oh, we're doing excellent, man. Excellent.
Staying warm down there. It's freaking, man. When is this freaking cold gonna get the hell out of Florida?
Oh man,
Cold?
I don't think it's that cold right now here. It's pretty warm down this far south, but tomorrow morning we're heading out to Kissimmee, and we got a meeting.
Well,
out
that's
there.
right. You're still an hour and a half south of Sarasota.
Yeah, and it's still
That's
a
right.
little warmer here.
So
But
you're Fort Myers, right?
yep, you
Okay,
got
Fort
it.
Myers. Let me click and see what we got over here. Fort Myers. Are you crazy? It's cold. It's 63 degrees.
I don't think it's that cold, but I haven't been outside. Actually, you know what? I had the door open. It was a little chilly, but not. I mean, we're talking to Cody up there. It's like negative 21 degrees or something. I don't know.
You're 63. Palm Coast is 59. Yeah, trust me, it's cold.
Sure, it's 64 here, and I'm just fine outside, but I'm a little insulated, so
I was gonna
there's
say
always
you,
that.
you got insulation, brother.
Oh man,
It's only minus 11 Fahrenheit, Bubba.
Yeah, see, that's just Cody's.
Where are you at, Cody?
I'm Maritimes, Canada,
Oh,
like
fuck that.
right along the border of Maine.
Yeah, you might as well be in Siberia.
It feels like it, man.
I thought I didn't know you were up there just vacation. I thought you lived down in Fort Myers with close to Bubba.
No, I'm a Canuck, man. I'm up here. I got my igloo all built up. Pipes are freezing on me, and
some
this
ice
is the life
fishing.
of-
So
Yeah,
the guys,
some
so
ice
Bubba,
fishing.
all the guys with the cowboy hats, you, Cody, and the other guy, they're not from. You're the only one in Fort Myers.
No, so the Tony Trizzy down here, he's near me. He lives in Cape as well.
He had the beard. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's close to Bubba.
Oh, okay, yeah, I knew one of you guys
Yeah.
were. That's
Yeah. So Cody drove in to the States, hopped on a plane, flew over to Fort Myers. I picked him up, and then we went to Miami from there.
Two planes.
Two planes,
nice.
that's right. Yeah. That's dedication right there. I'm telling you what. Yeah, it wasn't a hop,
Sweet.
skip, and a jump.
nice. Like seeing Liz down there. Sweet. Peanuts down there. We got Margie B. We got the entertainment tonight.
Margie B, what's going on? And we got Dreamcat in the house. I love seeing you back. Good to see you back stateside, my friend. Glad you made it back home safe. We'll be catching up here eventually. Once I get things locked down, I'll be traveling up to your area quite a bit. So we will work out a lunch or something, Maybe you'll be a potential client. We'll take you out to lunch. Yeah. All right, let's get to it here. Let me get introduced on what we're doing here. So we are back in Miami, Art Basel, we met Tex and Uncle Dan there. They're with Hedge, and they're creating a wallet app, kind of like a Phantom, kind of similar, but not the same. So personally, I've been able to catch some of the spaces, but it's tough time during the day for me. So I'm like, let's get you guys up here because I want to know more about it. It's named Hedge for a reason. So where did the name come from, and what exactly is it going to do for the lay people?
All right, so basically the name came from, uh, just like the word means, like hedging your bets. Um, and a friend of mine who was he's the other co-founder along with Dan and myself, and he had come up with the idea to like stack multiple coins into one buy and one sell, like, and just have them grouped together to where you're hedging your bets. You can buy a couple of newer coins that you think have a good chance to run, and pair them with some other coins that you might have a little bit more conviction in, and have them all in the same position, and then be able to see the running P&L for each individual coin, as well as the overall stack together. And then you can sell, either just one coin. Like if you have one that just really takes off and you want to go ahead and take profits, you can sell, part or all of that, or even two of them, like however many. But the stack still remains to where you can still sell the whole thing, or 25%, 50% of the total stack. So, and it was actually Jed from the Regenerates that kind of said it's a lot like being able to customize and build your own, I guess, EFT.
Okay. So you can really kind of focus on the current metas and be able to stack, multiples in that meta if you wanted to.
Right. And sorry, I'm mixing up the letters like Dan, but it's it was a
It's better than
ETF.
EBT.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. So okay, so ideally you could be able, you're able to bundle purchases instead of having gas fees of 6 different purchases. You can bundle one purchase with multiple tokens.
I'll answer
I'm
yes.
so sorry, Bubba. I completely missed the question.
You're good,
had to
dude. You're
extend
good.
it a little one already.
You're good. I figured if you went quiet, that's probably what happened. Uncle Dan kind of answered it. Yeah. So the big premise is you're not purchasing. Let's say cats. Of course, being a ninja cat, there's going to be a cat meta coming, right? So there's going to be cats projects that are going to start going crazy just because cats are the thing. Mog's going crazy, and this is how, so everyone's looking for those cats. So you'd be able to kind of bundle purchase multiple. Okay, I like this one, I like that one, I like that one, and kind of funnel it to one purchase, one buy, and then from there you can separate if you wanted to pull profits from one. You're not taking from all. Is that right?
Absolutely. That's exactly the idea. And obviously it's going to also be just a standard wallet, to where you can buy and sell individual coins, but the name hedge and everything else, that's where it came from.
Beautiful. And I know we've talked on your space. I got clarification for this as well. And I know a lot of this will take time because it's not just, hey, I want to, hey, we're Hedge, we want to do this, just like you got the Jupiter certification, which was awesome. It's not easy to do, it takes time, and some of the stuff is just something where time is the only thing you got. So you're going to have to put the time in before you can get certified in certain things or approved. For us, why I really wanted to make this connection was because this year we're pushing into, creating a treasury, creating a multi-sig wallet, just getting more serious with the safety of everything. So we're prepared for when things, really start to go. I want to be safe, and I feel like it's a good safety net to have as well, from an investor standpoint, to say, oh, just Joe Schmo is not holding all the money. It's locked up, secured, and not one person can do it. So we started really looking into that towards the end of last year, and it was interesting to me when you guys came around, because I'm like, oh, this kind of works perfect. So eventually there will be the browser option, just like any other wallet, where we can utilize, the third party for multi-sig wallets and treasury wallets and stuff like that. That it will be coming to that as well, correct?
Yes, sir. It'll have the browser to where you can connect it to like Total Sig, or I think the one we use for our DAO currently is Teams or something like that. But you can do that. You'll be able to see any NFTs that you have. And it'll serve the same functions as most of your standard big wallet apps that you have on your phone now.
Beautiful. Now, building something like this is, I would say, a lot different than what most of us are used to, because you're dealing with holding, money. Your security and everything has to be a whole lot different than what a lot of us are used to. So, is part of the process, are you going through the audit process? Is there someone in particular you're having audit everything to make sure everything is good and safe that way?
We definitely will have to go through the audit just to verify and prove that we don't have access to anybody's private keys or seed phrases or assets, anything like that. But I mean, the security, obviously, it's one of the highest priorities we have. We have a cybersecurity company that the CEO and co-founder is somebody that Dan's known for a few years now, and they actually do the security for like the government's crypto, for what the assets that they seize, or strategic reserve type stuff. So we're pretty big on that.
Awesome. Yeah, I know, like, this is a little different, than what we used to back 2021 when a project would launch. It was always, CertIC certified. We're getting CertIC certified. It was just a big thing to get CertIC certified. And it's like, it didn't really mean anything. And that's the downfall to it, is it became just another one of those ploys for projects to use that didn't really mean much, unfortunately. But I think in this aspect it's a lot different, because you have people that are going to say, okay, I'm going to put money here and I'm going to hold money here, so we want to make sure that's going to be secured and safe. And I know that's going to be top of the list there, and you got the right people on it. So I'm excited for it for sure. I know me and Uncle Dan, we've talked quite a bit, just offline, just chatting about, different things. And, he's in Florida, I'm in Florida. And it's been a great relationship that we built. And it's like, man, when you find people like that, you just naturally, you want things to work out. I've run across people where it's like, man, I want to work with you. I just don't know how to. I don't know how it fits the bill for both parties. And that's what drew me so much, was like, man, it was perfect timing to say, okay, we're working on creating the multi-sig, creating this, creating that. And here we met some amazing people that we feel are great guys, and a good project that we'll be able to utilize, and so it really does come down to not just support, hey, you like my post, I'll like yours. It comes down to a product that we can support you guys with. In the same sense, it's like, man, there's going to be something that we'll be able to do with you and you'll be able to do with us. And I think it's going to be exciting times. So any other, obviously you're dealing with hurdles. Now, as we talked earlier, I did my first little, I would call it Chat GPT coding. So it's by far not coding, but it was still complicated as all get out. I'll tell you that, just because of like one little period or one little bar is not in place, and it's like now nothing works and you have to kind of start over. So the tech side of it, I don't think people realize what it really takes to create something, and why it's so hard to put a deadline on technology and data and starting something from scratch, or creating it and making it. So not looking for a deadline, but what are some of the hurdles you guys have had to jump through while creating it? Are there any things, what I've seen is Jupiter and stuff will change APIs in the middle of you finally locking down something and getting real close. and then it's like, oh, boom, we just updated everything, and now you kind of got to start scratch from that. Is that some of the hurdles you've had to jump through?
That I don't think that's been an issue. I mean, obviously, Dan and I we're just builders in real life. Like I've been doing steel buildings all my life. Dan's done, custom pools and homes for, 30, 40 years. So we're definitely not the actual developers that are building the app. We just have the people in place. The Some of the biggest hurdles was the original dev ended up having to leave. She had to leave the country, go back home to take care of a sick parent. We had to pivot and find some new developers. Luckily, we did know a couple, and they got working on it. And then uh, at the end of the day, they just weren't going to be able to get it over the finish line to the standards that we wanted to have. So we brought on another one to help out and to finish it. Obviously, with dealing with Apple, there's for the App Store and everything, there's tons of guidelines and things they will and won't allow. Plus, they're going to reject you as soon as you apply. At least the first couple times anyway. So um, it can take you know anywhere from weeks to months and months to get listed on the App Store, and that's one of the reasons that we also have the web-based version going, already being worked on. I actually literally just a few hours ago got to see the interface and everything for that, and just another day, another reason to be bullish in my mind because I'm looking forward to it. But I don't think we're gonna giga leak this one. I think we're just gonna let this one let this one cook and let people see it once it's live and they can actually start using it and trading on it.
Is that why
Nice.
you ain't telling me anything? Because you want me to tell
I was
everybody?
just gonna say, I'm just ready for the mute space button here when Uncle Dan starts talking. I
Yeah,
know he's a
if
giga leaguer.
with Dan up here, I might need co-host so I can mute him 'cause he does tend to leak too much too soon. I'd rather just on a lot of things, wait until something's final and we actually have it in our like with the plushies. He told everybody about those probably 12 hours after he placed the big order for them. I'm like, Dan, you could have at least waited till they were like a day away from delivery or something. But I can't blame him because I'm the same way as far as with my wife. Like whenever I get her a gift or something like that, I can't ever wait till her actual birthday or Christmas. She ends up I talk her into opening it at least a few days early.
Yeah, dude, I'm the same way.
Yep.
I'm the same way, man. Uncle
would,
Dan,
I
I
would,
know. Go ahead, go ahead.
I was the kid when I was growing up. Your parents go out and they buy all your gifts and they wrap them or they leave them in the bags and they put them in the closet, right? I was the kid that went into the kitchen, opened the silverware drawer, grabbed the knife, and jimmied the closet door to get in there and see what the hell I was getting.
Oh, dude, that was always the challenge. Find out where they're hiding everything and then find a way in there for sure. I know, and I've heard some of the stuff coming. I'm excited about it as well. And I think that's another cool aspect of it because, having these different routes of revenue coming through, the wallet app is going to provide feed revenue. I'm guessing, is that where you're going to pull? We've touched a little bit about, like our big focus here has always been, rolling revenue back into the project. And how can we do that? We do streaming. We have music out there. We do DPIN stuff, things that will bring revenue back. And then we just put it back in the project and grow the project. And then it comes back again. And we just keep rotating that. What exactly revenue sources are you pulling from to bring back into the project as well?
Well, that's
Well,
something that it
Dan, I
checks.
got it. right
Well,
right
we
now
got
I've
two
got
ways of doing it.
right now. Can you hear me, Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
we got you.
All right. So the first way is the dev wallet that launched the project. It gets the creator fees. We post it every once in a while to make sure it's doxed because a lot of the platforms still show it like the dev sold or doesn't hold any, and that's not accurate. But the fees that come back to the dev wallet, they're used, almost exclusively to either buy up the chart and buy more, accumulate more supply, or just add to liquidity. And that's one of the reasons the liquidity is as strong as it is. And then there's been, like, I think, two occasions so far where we use the some of it to keep a little bit of a volume bot going. Now,
Awesome.
in
And
addition
then
to that, like, once the app is live, obviously, the Solana that's collected from the transaction fees on the app, half of that will immediately be used to buy hedge to, again, accumulate more supply, increase the floor, start stockpiling supply to use to self fund liquidity pools for like some of the tier 1 and tier 2 exchanges. And then half of the remaining Solana is going to go back to like the whale holders and dolphin group holders eventually, to just kind of be a weekly reward or gift that we're going to give out, based on how much they hold.
and then what I'm learning is I'm learning, and I'm doing research on it, is learning what a stable coin is, what a stable token is, and all that stuff. And it is when your Web 2 supports your Web 3. So that's why I did the order of, for the hoodies, the shirts, the hats, and the plushies. And my goal is to get this first batch, see what we do with it, see the want, the what's the word I'm looking for, the hype
Demand.
about it, the demand for it, and then use that profit to roll right back into Web3. And that's how we're going to continue to draw the value of the value of the token up, the value of the company up, because we are a valuable company. We are a legit company. We're registered in Florida and everything. So
Beautiful. No, I'd agree with that 100%. Real quick, Margie and Hatter, I got you both up here. I'm going to come to you guys in a little bit. I just want to respect their time and, let them get what they wanted to get out. Because there's a few more questions I did have, and then we'll get it over to you guys as well and open the floor up. I think you nailed it, though. I mean, that's one of the secret sauces that people are always trying to figure out, is how do we mix, how do we bring Web 2 into Web 3? In certain aspects you want it, and some you don't. But especially when it comes to revenue, it's like, you look at the size of the markets, and they're massive. The gaming market we talk about all the time, because people just don't realize how big of a market is, and e-commerce, and all these different markets are billions and trillions of dollars out there. And it's like, okay, how do we roll that? How do we get a piece of that? How do we mix that into there? I've seen some projects try TikTok shop with different things, and it's tough. I don't think there's one secret recipe that some person knows and just doesn't share. I think it's just for everyone, it's going to work a little different. We've been what I consider more successful on the streaming side of things. We've tried other stuff, and they didn't work as good. So it's like, okay, where do we channel that energy the best, and what's going to utilize our time, in the best way. So Web 2 to Web 3 is good. That you got two different revenue forms flowing through, which is awesome. I just wanted to jump kind of my last topic, and then we can kind of move around. The token side of it, so you have Hedge Token, and there's a whale group, there's a dolphin group. And what is the criteria for holding, and the token amount for whale groups, and the kickbacks that they'll see? How does all that work?
Okay, so obviously, to be in the dolphin group, you would just be in the main Telegram group, and then once you've accumulated a million or more hedge tokens, you can just type the word dolphin, or by itself or in a sentence, and it'll populate a post that has the form to fill out. Once you do that, it comes to me, and then I just verify it, and I add you to the dolphin group. Same thing for whale, but the whale allocation is 10 million tokens. And then, as far as the distribution, the plan is to do based on every, like, 2.5 million tokens. So 2.5 million would be like a quarter of a share, and then obviously, so 10 million would be one full share. all the way up to 30 million, which is where we're going to cap it for, like 3 shares of the distributions.
I like that. I think that keeps things simple with shares, and it's easy math. That's nice. So, all right. So 10 million puts you in the whale. I mean, 1 million puts you in the dolphin. 10 million puts you in the whale, and 3 million is a cat. 30 million.
No, 30. Well, no, 30 million is, it's not a cap on how much supply you can have. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
supply control is important, so we've got more than that, and there's we've got a couple of whales that also have over the 30 million. The main reason that we decided we needed the cap, because Dan and I, that's where we're going to be taking our profits as well, is from the transaction fees coming back to the holders. So since he and I and the team have, we obviously we needed a lot of supply to have supply control and be able to maintain any kind of floor and just keep growing that. It was it wouldn't be fair if we just did it based on how much each wallet holds, just because then everybody else that's spent the money and invested in this, that they wouldn't be getting a very big share, in my opinion.
Perfect. No, I like that. That makes sense too. Yeah, supply control definitely became a very important thing to have with projects for sure. So I know that feeling as well. I think that's about all I got. I mean, it answered most of what I knew. I just wanted to make sure that I was fully understanding everything. And, honestly, it's just good to get you guys up here and talk, because a lot of times I can't come up on your guys' space and chat. And I'm like, man, I love chatting, talking with these guys. So it's like, let's make this work. Cody, you got anything to add?
I don't, man. I'm just so grateful these guys are here and giving us their time, because these are two individuals that I respect highly. I mean, first impression of meeting IRL definitely exceeded my expectations. Definitely people that I look forward to meet at future events, crypto related. So,
Oh yeah, 100%.
Maybe I'll get lucky and one of you guys will get me one of those fitted cowboy hats.
oh, I'll hook you up, Uncle Dan.
Yeah, Cody's a guy. He knows all about them.
It's my bread and butter.
Do
Is
y'all
it?
have
You
any plans
make
to
hats?
into any of the upcoming IRL events, like the one coming up down in Miami in a couple weeks? Or I know that the next one that I'm really trying to get myself and my family to is going to be ETH Denver in February. Do y'all have any plans, or any of them that y'all are looking at going to?
So I can say for me, this year is kind of an odd year for me. I think it's just starting a new career and everything. I don't plan on taking a lot of time. I know I'm going to be focused over there as well. So I don't have any, but that doesn't mean it won't lead me somewhere. So as of now, no. Do I want to? Yes. Will I once when I put my time in here, it's going to free up a lot of my time. So it's kind of one of those things. You just got to put your head down, start grinding, and then you'll eventually get to the point where, where I was at before, it was hard to do IRL events. Maybe a long weekend, I might get a Friday. Now I'm at a place where I'll actually have time where I can take off and be fine doing that. So I'm looking forward to that part of it. So this year, not necessarily. I don't know about Cody. He was talking about ETH Denver as a possibility, but I don't know if that's going to happen that quick.
I'm interested. I'm intrigued, and if an event seems fit, I'll be there for sure. If I find out who's going and who I want to connect with and spend my time with, absolutely, I'll be present.
Well, the good thing is, with Bubba, me and Bubba being down here in Florida, being close to each other and whatnot, I could see us, putting something together, for the Ninja Cat community and in the hedge community, doing something together and getting people together for that too. I mean, I can see that coming. There's venues over in the areas over where we're at in the west coast of Florida. It's called Bitcoin Bend. It's a clubhouse with podcast booth, and and educational section and screens and everything. And I'm supposed to go check them out, I believe this week or next week when I get back there. But there's some things that I've got going through my head that I know definitely for sure me and Bubba could probably put together and have some events. It doesn't have to be an actual crypto event. It can be, it can be more of a, more of a personal event where
Oh, I'd be all over that.
we're two builders, two guys building projects, three guys four, you know what I mean, guys, building projects together, that we get together and we join our communities together. And then, that's the thing, so, we know that we're here and, I'm enjoying every minute of it. I'm enjoying everybody I'm meeting, like I said, to have met Liz back at the Bitcoin convention, with Tex. Me and Tex both met her the same night, I believe, and to continue that, that commodity, that friendship with Liz and Peanut down there and everything, it's good, So the more events we hold, I like holding events in Florida because it's warmer down here.
I like that too.
Always with the warmer, but I agree. And I think that's actually definitely something we can work towards for sure. Because the IRL events, I've heard a million times, that's where it's at. The IRL events is where it's at. And, for someone who had not ever gone to one, I'm just, okay. I never really had a reason to, I never had anything that I was that passionate about to really want to up and go. It's like, it just wasn't there. Now I do. So it was worthwhile to do that, and we weren't quite at the party stage. We're still in the, we're still building, we're still networking, we're still establishing, who we are in this space and what we've come to do and how we plan on doing it. So for us, it was more of a educational, and it was fun. Don't get me wrong. It was fun, but it served exactly what we wanted it to serve. And that was meeting the people we've been talking to and hanging out and people that have believed in us and helped us and given us a little bit of momentum on certain aspects. So you mentioned Liz. Yeah, Liz is a huge one for that. She's been an advocate for us for a long time and a huge help with GFi and that community. That's why, we always have the GFi logo somewhere on our stream in different scenes. You'll see it. Sometimes we hide it somewhere, but it's always there. And
But
that's
it's
always respected.
Bubba, question for you. So, when I started getting into X and all that was back last January, and then, me and Tex started listening to the dogs and got acquainted with a couple of them in there, and I was going to NFT NYC with Tone over at Dead Ducks. I was going to help him and get that out there and stuff. And we ended up getting tickets to the DDNYC. Now, this is the first time I'm doing one of these, blah, blah, blah. Like an IRL event like that, besides the Bitcoin convention, which I went out there thinking it was a whole party. That's where I learned that what Web3 actually is a business. But when I showed up to this event, the dogs event, I mean, number one, the door guy opened the door for me. I roll in. I mean, it was Webb. Webb just looked at me. I had no clue who this guy was. I just saw him here and there. I didn't know who he was or anything. He's open arms, gave me a big old hug with open arms, and seeing how everything went, that's what made me realize what community is, what the support and the commodity of everybody was. How was your experience coming to the dog event over there? How was it for you?
Good question. I know Cody will grab it too after that. It was just like you said, it was very inviting. It's that is something that community, and they're not the only community that sees that, but when you can really nail down, giving people a purpose and making people feel wanted, whether you're, a small holder or a big holder, or, you have one NFT or 20, you're not treated any different. And that's huge. So that is something that if you can master that and you can actually give people a reason to come back to what you're doing, not just there because, I'm there to support because they support me. They nailed that. It was very inviting. There was not, Bark came right up, right off the rip. Bark walked in and Shuck my hand. Who are you? How are you? How about, there wasn't anyone that I didn't feel like somebody felt like they were bigger or better than anybody else there. And that was definitely a good experience to have. Go ahead, Cody.
Uncle Dan, for me, the experience was unbelievable. Truly, it was. I mean, meeting you guys really helped break the ice for me going into the event prior. Earlier that day, I had lunch with Liz and Peanut. We had Greek food with a Turkish twist, and it was phenomenal. My backstory, real quick, dude, I've been in therapy for 4 years, trauma processing, just through line of work that I did with law enforcement. And that's the first time, man, I've traveled outside of Canada in 9 years. And it was a big step for me. And I did it all on my own. Put my big boy pants on, drove my ass across the border in a blizzard. Got a Bangor airport. Man, I haven't been there since I was a kid. I don't remember, dude. Small airport. And then I'm flying into Washington again. Never been to that airport. And then I fly into Fort Myers. Never met Bubba. Only know him through Web3. Picks me up, give each other a hug, and then here I am rolling around Florida with him and staying with his family. And dude, the best experience I've had in such a long time. And when I got to that event, meeting you guys and everybody that I talked to, conversation was organic. You could talk about anything. I mean, there was people there that don't even hold doginal dogs that we were having conversations with, and they just love the aspect of community and networking. And Walt's a prime example of that. We met him, we were talking about gaming and music and other things, and it was fascinating. It really restored my faith in humanity and community and people coming together, and that was something that was very beautiful for me to experience. So for me, that experience was, I'm hooked, man. I'm already looking forward for an excuse to go back down south and, like you said, meet you guys again, or even go to another event. But I want to know who's going, because I want it to be worthwhile, because the bar set so high in my mind. I'm like, if I can relive that experience again, oh, sign me up.
And the thing that I really like, funny, here was, I'm 100% sober, wasn't high, wasn't drunk, nothing. And here I am pulling up, and I look over and I see all these guys with cowboy hats. I'm like, who the fuck came here with Tex? It's the first thing that went through my mind, because Tex is a cowboy hat wearing guy, and here's 3-4 more guys with cowboy. I'm like, what the hell did Tex bring here that he's meeting here? I honestly thought they were like friends of Texas that came from Texas with him or something.
They are friends of Texas.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, the good thing, and you guys know, I mean, Bubba, you're up there my age and all that, and Tex. You can go anywhere today, right? I can leave my house now, go to a bar, go to a nightclub, right? And you got your groups here, groups there, and you can't walk around and mingle with everybody, because they're either just not going to look at you, because they're not going to talk to you, they don't know you or nothing like that. But when you go to these IRL events, I mean, you can go to one corner, have a great conversation, I'm going to say roll around, but walk around, you know what I mean? And go to the other side and have great conversations and laugh. And you don't get that in the real world. That's not something I've ever seen. And so that's
true.
why I've experienced what I've experienced here in Web3 is just it fits everything that we all need as human beings: love, support, comfort, appreciation, respect. And that's all stuff we need to grow as human beings.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I thought about that, kind of that same concept, like being there. It was like any person, you could just randomly pick a person, just turn around blindfolded, point to somebody and go talk to them, and you would be able to strike up a conversation and take that into, we call it IRL, our real life. But imagine going to a club or a bar and spinning around and pointing at someone and going over and talk to them. It's probably not going to go that good, or it's going to be very awkward. No. But it's like, you got a bunch of people that all have kind of the same mindset in the sense of why they're there, but they're all from different walks of life, and you're able to learn from people that
so true. I mean, awesome. People were asking, like, what are you about? What do you do in real life? What are your goals? Like, good conversation.
Yep.
And you're not gonna have that in a bar with just anybody.
No.
That's the truth, man. And that was my experience there. I mean, man, I met, oh, dude, I couldn't even tell you how many people, at that event, and every bit of everybody was interested to get to know you and what you're about. And that just made you feel so welcome. And, it's like that, man, I just like, you go to somebody's house and I was worried because I'm like, this is how I dress. This is how I am. Take me as I am. I'm not, gonna go out and buy a whole new different wardrobe and be somebody else. I can't do that, man. I just wouldn't feel comfortable in my skin being there. I would be totally out of place feeling, and I was worried going there that I wouldn't fit in because how I dressed. I told Bubba, I said, this is how I'm going. He's like, oh, me too. I said, Kate, perfect. I'm glad we see eye to eye. And then seeing Tex, I was like, my man, I appreciate that. I see value in people presenting themselves as who they are, and I feel like that's real. If your style is your style, own it. And that's one thing that I learned in the military, man. Like, own it. You do something, own it. Don't push it away. Don't make up bullshit. Don't go around the bushes. Own it. Be proud. You fuck up, be proud. You do something good, be proud. That's just something that I carry with myself day in, day out.
I agree, man. Yeah, I was happy to go there like that, man. And it's funny too because it's like, yeah, we stood out like a sore thumb. I mean, the cowboy hats and it's just the big belt buckles, and I mean it's normal clothes. Like that's just which belt am I gonna wear tonight? Which hat are we gonna wear? I know Tex likes the straw hats more for around the house and around the property. I'm the same way.
Same.
That's usually what I'm rocking is a black straw hat or one of those for just out in the yard. But we could dress up too. We could put our nice things on. I mean, you're talking to a guy who got married in blue jeans and a Columbia fishing shirt. So, as long as I got my boots on, I'm good. I'm happy, man. But all right, well, let's finalize the hedge side of this, so that way if they got to do something, you guys more than welcome to hang up. Do you guys have anything else to add about hedge or anything for tonight?
I don't have anything else to add about hedge, but I mean, the math was mathing for me. I mean, there was four of us, so we outnumbered. We had them outnumbered 4-50.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. We pulled up to a gas station and we hopped out of. I was in my pickup truck and we hopped out of the pickup truck. And this big old black dude was in his Jeep, and we all hop out. And I kind of look at him, give him a nod, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" He's like, "I just got into a fight last night. I ain't looking for no trouble from you guys." And I'm like, "Nah." And we just hit it off.
Dude,
We start talking. Yeah, it was awesome. But there's just there's a certain level when you carry yourself with pride and you're happy to be who you are. There's a different level of respect that people see and feel. And I think you get that in most places. So,
and Bubba, when you're in it's something my uncle taught me, when you're proud of yourself, others will be proud with you.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Cody, go ahead. You had your hand up.
Oh, it's stuck up.
No, of course. Stuck up, Cody. Oh, man. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up the head side of it so we can move around the room here. Tex, Uncle Dan, I appreciate you guys coming up. I know we'll have some workings in the future here. We do rock hedge in the streams as well. So Friday night we do our gaming and Friday nights have slowly become just a place to kind of unwind from the week. It's not all about crypto. It's not all about shilling or anything project related. It's just coming to a place, having fun. And those streams have been a lot of fun, just kind of a stress releaser. So we represent some of the projects. I kind of interchange them, as we go. G-Fi will always be up there as far as I'm concerned, because it's just a wonderful community that's been there for us from the very start of our gaming adventures and streaming and all that. So but we appreciate you guys being up here, really do. And so if you got any final words, and then we'll just kind of open it up.
No, sir. Just definitely appreciate the invite and grateful that y'all decided to have us. Hope we answered everything, all the questions you have, but mostly just looking forward to jumping on your streams and uh, just supporting you all the same way you're supporting us, and showing up in each other's spaces and everything else when we can. Because I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. No, I appreciate you guys being here too. Uncle Dan, you got anything to add?
No, I'm good. I'm good tonight. Just hanging out.
Sounds good. All right. Let's I missed Margie before we started that, so I want to jump over to Margie real quick and say hi, then we'll jump over to Meta Guardians. Hatter was up here. Hatter, if you drop down and you're still here, hop back up, man. I'm sorry. Margie, how are you doing?
Hi, happy Monday. You don't have to apologize for nothing. I went down to listener because I had a phone call come in, and I would have waited as long as it took till eternity because you were highlighting two amazing people. I love Tex. I love Uncle Dan. Great people. They have so much to say. And I'm here. I can wait as long as it takes to wait. But I just wanted to shout at everyone and thank them all for pulling up. 2026 Mondays are now officially Titty Monday. If you know, you know. And I want to see what's popping tomorrow. I got two handsome men with me for Taco Tuesday. I got Rubbery Peanut and the Canadian man, Cody. So I'm here for it all.
Oh man. So Taco Tuesday commences again tomorrow. Some good co-hosts, some amazing hosting. It gets a little spicy in there. I know that.
You know what? To be honest, Peanut's more Canadian than I am.
I
quite
agree with
truthfully.
that. Yeah.
And I'm more American than Peanut. I mean, come on, man. Who sings Aaron Tippin, Stars and Stripes? Like, come on, let's be honest. I do, not Peanut.
I would agree. You remember a while back, I think when we first started hanging out, you sent me a clip and you were on Prox chat and you were going up against another team.
Oh, it was a girl, dude.
Yes, it was a girl.
It
And
was a
she's
girl
like,
in
I'll let you live
Warzone.
if you sing me a song. And you started singing the Star Spangled Banner. I'm like,
I did. Yeah.
I'm like, most Americans don't even know that song. And here's just a Canadian Cody. Oh man. Anyway, Margie, I'm happy you're up here. Meta, before I jump over
Love
to
you,
you, let me
Margie.
get back to Hatter real quick.
Love you more.
And I'll be there. Definitely listening tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow I know I am going to be like 4 hours away from home, and I'm not sure what time I'll be getting home. But some of these might free up while I'm driving. I might be able to be freed up for some more spaces. So it's going to be interesting to see how I get to work all that in. But Hatter, dude, how you been?
Yo, how's it going, guys? It's been a while. I'm slowly getting myself back into spaces, doing the rounds. I hosted my first space for 6 months this afternoon. Well, for me this morning, for you guys this evening. And yeah, it's like good to be back, and it's good to hear familiar voices. It's good to see familiar accounts still here. It's good to see new accounts as well. But yeah, I've missed it. I've just had to have a little bit of time to myself. Sometimes meme coins get to you, I guess.
I've heard that before.
Right?
Oh,
I know, man, but
yeah.
honestly,
I know it can be rough, and we've all gone through our times and done things how we have to do them. So I don't got no hate for how anyone has to move through and navigate through this space. It's not a fun space in most places, but I think that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a shift. We're seeing that slow and steady shift towards just these. One community that's a good community is now meeting another community that's a good community, and slowly you're seeing this growth happen. We talked about small wins earlier, and that's what I see is just small wins. We're adding one, adding another, and that's just growing and growing. So eventually we'll have a network of amazing people that you can actually count on, and you can direct people towards, hey, I got a buddy that's coming in and he's looking for a guy who can do this. Boom, there's your guy. I'm confident in that, that quest that I'm going to send you on. That's always been the tough thing, is like, who can you rely on? Who can you count on? Who's not going to stab you in the back? And, you know, slowly we're starting to build that network. So it's good to see you back, dude. How'd your space go?
Yeah, it was nice actually. We spoke about the market conditions, what's going to happen with meme coins, the little pump that we've had for our ecosystem, which is quite nice. And I think you alluded to a point there that I also brought up a few hours ago, is that there's two ways to go around this system. You either do the whole community building, or you go and gamble in the casino and do fast plays. The faster it goes up, the faster it goes down. Understand that. Understand that you're probably going to buy the top 90% of the time, and 10% of the time you might buy the bottom, and it might 100x. But if
Absolutely.
you invest and you spend time with a good community and build a community around something, it takes time. Bitcoin took 17 years, you know? It's the same for any project that you're working on. I think people forget that in this space, because this space is so easy to make a lot of money in a very short space of time, is that people focus on solely that. But I think there's more to it, and that's why I joined the space a couple of years ago, you know, and that's why
Free
I'm
alpha
still
right there.
why I'm still here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And you get to meet amazing people, you know, like I think you guys were just saying then, like meeting each other in real life. That's something that I haven't really had a chance to do because I'm here in Asia. But eventually I will make my way over to the States, and I will make my way over to different meetups. And personally, I'd like to create a meme coin convention here in Asia that hasn't got one yet. So there's options for everything, and there's years to come. You know, 6.8% of the world owns crypto. Wait until 12%. Wait until 24%. Wait until 50% of the world owns crypto. Things will be different.
I
So yeah,
love
we're
that,
super
man.
early still.
I love that, dude. Spitting facts up here. That's exactly the concept that we're really trying to get people to understand, is get the moon boy, you know, sentiment out of your head. If you want to do it, go for it. I mean, I'm not here to stop you. I'm not here to tell you how to do things, but you know, people are starting to see, and that's that shift I'm talking about, is
100%.
it's not just communities only, because, you know, here's the real kicker is, yes, you can have a good community, but if there's no how can I word it correctly? If there's no reasoning behind it other than just, hey, they're fun to hang out, it's really hard to grow that. You know, you got to have something that you're also giving back. You got to have something that is giving people a reason to even to look at you. And that's where we're starting to see that shift, is a lot of these projects. Like, we have now went from a community that's, okay, what's your utility? Well, we're a meme token. We have a good community and we're good people. That doesn't work all the time. That's not something that most people can buy into, because it was so saturated. The market was so saturated. How many times have you been, Hatter? I know you've been through this. How many times have you been on a shill space and it's like, okay, well, what are you guys about? Well, I was tired of getting scammed, so we started our own project, and we're not going to scam anybody. It's like, dude, that's everybody out there. So what makes it different? Why would I invest? Why would I be here spending my time? And it's like, that's what we really had to sit down and say, okay, what are we missing? What is missing in this space that we can provide? And that's where our focus shifted to bringing revenue back. Real revenue, not like, hey, we got a merch store that has the most god awful ugly clothes that are, you know, I've seen some really bad clothes out there. You know, none in this room that I'm calling out, but some of them are just like, well, who's gonna buy that? You're gonna have like 3 people from your community buy something, and then that's it. That's done, and that's your big, you know, thing. Bringing real revenue is a huge goal for a lot of projects, but it's hard to do. So, but when you start focusing on the small picture, you start looking at it and say, okay, right now we're bringing in $50 a month. Okay, that's $50 a month. That a lot of projects aren't. And now next month we plan on bringing that up. How long is your goal? Is it 5 years? Is it 10 years? Is it 1 year? And setting those goals and having that, you know, and that's been a focus of ours, is just really trying to, what fits the bill, what works for us, what doesn't. and where is that time spent the best. And that way you now have a community that you're building, that you're able to actually provide something back to them besides the entertainment factor of it. So I love what you said there, dude. I love that comment.
No, I think one thing I'll add just before you move on is I think people also need to focus away from CT and Telegram and Discord, because there's too many in here who know how to play the game now. Everyone's a lot smarter than they were years ago. And people are just looking for quick gains. Okay. Now, one thing that we don't do very well in this space is bring normies back into this space. And I think that we need to show people. One thing that I really love about meme coins is the connection that people get. There is a lot of people who are lonely in these spaces. No one likes to admit it, but it's true.
It is true.
And a lot of people use these spaces for social interaction that people don't know about this. But if we started forcing and pushing and marketing the fact that you can become part of a social interaction with, yes, okay, PFPs, I get it. Okay, it's a bit weird speaking to a fucking doginal dog. It's a bit weird speaking to a fucking make-believe cat wearing a hat. I get it. However, there is a point where we need to push out marketing into Reddit, into Facebook, into Instagram, into other social media aspects other than CT, other than X, because everyone here is just looking for, I want to flip this. I can make 100x. I can make a 10x on this, blah, blah, blah. Whereas if we start getting people involved and getting people involved into smaller low caps from a community that's built just together on spaces, for instance, or together in a community, I think that will change the space and that will bring more people into it. It's trying to figure out how to do that and to do it well. And that's one of the things that I want to work on this year, is to try and push out and actually expose the fact that meme coins, for me, I got into this in 2 years because I loved the fact of building a community, being a leader, being someone in the front. Yes, it comes with a lot of shit. You know, if things go wrong, every single fucking cunt needs someone to blame, and it's going to be you. But as long as you can take that on the chin and know that that's going to come when things don't go right, you have to rectify that. You have to learn from the mistakes. No one makes $1 million just off the cuff. They have to go through failure after failure after failure and bring every single bit of lessons that you've learned through those failures into bringing something up. And I think if we do that and we come together into one big community, yeah, okay, we've got separate communities all over crypto Twitter, but if we all become like one and we all help each other, we can bring more people into this ecosystem. And I think that meme coins are here to stay, and they always will be. And I'm always a big advocate for that. Okay, yes, it's a casino. Yes, it's the new sports betting, but also it has a lot more to give than just making that little bit of money.
Yeah, that's perfectly said. We last year we hosted an IRL, not an event. It was just an educational, local event. I guess you call it an event, but it was just bringing people into crypto that don't know anything about it, that start to ask questions. What is it about? What do we do? What's wallet? What does this mean? What does that mean? And, at least once a year, I want to do one of those in my local town. And the more that we can spread that out, if you have one person that sees that, it's like, oh, Bubba did that. That's pretty cool. It's not that hard, find a hotel that has a little convention center, rent it out for the day, and, make a couple flyers and boom, you're good. It's something where you're able to bring back to your own community and give them the reality of what we're doing here. It's like, that what you just explained is so hard for people to fathom, that we sit here and talk to people like, what are you doing on Spaces on? What are you talking about? Like, it's like, dude, I've seen grown men cry on Spaces. I've seen people make these connections that you don't make in real life. And that is something that's something worthwhile,
Bro, I've been that grown man crying on Spaces. I remember hosting a space, and I don't know if you remember this. This was like April last year or something. And one of the kids, her dad had cancer. I can't remember his name now. And we'd helped push her NFT project and her coin to like 300-400K market cap, and it was life changing for her. And they made a lot of money on it. And for her to get into that space, I was like, holy shit, this was done by this community. This was done by this space that we keep on hosting, and people come to it and we help them out. And that's something that, you can't really get in real life. Well, I can't get in real life. I enjoy just being here and doing what I do. But yeah, Bob, and Code, it's really nice to be on your space again, and I will try and jump in. Like I'm going to be hosting Mondays, so as soon as I finish my space on Mondays, I'll be coming into this one because I see that you host this 10 p.m. every Monday now.
Every Monday, man. I appreciate you coming up here, dude. Glad to see you back, man. If you need anything, let us know. Let me jump around. Meta, you up here? Meta, you still up here, dude?
Yo, what's
I
good?
appreciate you holding, dude. I get tunnel vision, man. We start talking about something that I get hyped up about. I'm my bad. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Yeah, man. Just wanted to pop in here and say what up. I know I haven't been here in a couple weeks. Been just building, man. Been building. We have our space every Monday night also. So we've been doing the alpha space. Just got off stage a little while ago. But yeah, man. I told Code I'd pop in here. Shout out to Code. Shout out to the whole Ninja Cats community, man. It's always an awesome space, awesome vibe in here, man. And you're just a dope person, bro. You're a legend in the space, man. Like just the way you move, the way you navigate. Like I could just tell when somebody's real. You know what I'm saying? And I, you know, and you guys at Ninja Cat, you guys have definitely supported what we're building. You definitely supported. You guys all you and Code are both, you know, ethereal guardians. But yeah, man, I was facing a little dilemma, and I was just like, yo, I really have something that I want to give to somebody. And I was like, who am I going to give it to? You know what I'm saying? And I just was thinking, I was like, yo, I know exactly, you know, who I'm going to give it to. So I came in. One of the reasons why I wanted to, you know, come in here is because I wanted to just thank you guys for how like much you guys have supported the comic and everything that we're building with the NFTs, and you guys loaded up, and I appreciate that like crazy. And I remember you saying that you didn't have an ethereal crystal. So I was just like, you know what? I know exactly what team I'm giving this ethereal crystal to, man. You know, I want to give it to you, Bubba, because I know, first of all, I respect the hell out of the community. And I know that you guys went hard and you didn't get one. And I definitely, I know, I really, you deserve to have this, bro. So I wanted to give you a crystal, man. And just shout out everything you do for the space, man. It's a freaking blessing to be around this type of energy. Um, you know, it's all about gratitude, man. It's all about, you know, putting things out, you know, things come back, you know what I'm saying? So like the energy that you're putting back is just resonating with my frequency, and I'm excited to be here, man, in these times, in this space. You know, there's like we're the pioneers, you know, we're the new explorers, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a straight blessing to be here, man. When you get a chance, send me over your soul dress. I think I have it, but I just want to make sure I have the right one. I want you to have this crystal. And one more thing is I need you to send me whatever link you guys want to use in the metaverse. You know, we have the Infinity Hallway. The Ninja Cat banner is in the Infinity Hallway. So as we're bringing more and more people and onboarding more and more people into what we're doing, I want you guys to have your place in the, you know, in our hall, so that people can stop and they can just jump into your world. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you guys are helping us build this. You know that's what we're doing. We're all helping each other build. You know, and you know Ninja Cat is a super supporter, and you can see what we're building with virtual reality and then the comic and the art and the music and everything that's going into this. So, you know, I really appreciate you guys, man. Much love, much respect, and yeah, let's continue to grow.
Dude, man, I'm stoked. I love it, dude. I appreciate that so much. And it's like perfect timing in the aspect since you know we've first kind of got into the Meta Guardians and started supporting. Of me and Cody, you know, we minted quite a few of them. We love it. We love
Haven't
you.
even looked at my wallet.
No,
in
we don't. I don't
months.
pay attention to that. But we've created a vault. So we have a Ninja Cat vault, and that vault is basically, it's, if it goes in the vault, it's locked up. It's in there, you know. And that's exactly where that's going. So don't send it to the one you have of mine. I'm going to send you the vault address, and that thing is getting locked up. I know we have some already over there, but that's gonna fit in just good over there. I love it, man.
It's like our treasury.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because that's like, you know, that's one of the most, that is the most prestigious like piece in everything that we're building, because that's the literally the power source of the entire universe that we're building out. So I was just I just like I'm you know I just like all of us, I put a lot of energy into this. I put a lot of energy. I put a lot of time, not just in like Web3, but even before this. So like everything is just leading to this one space, man, into this moment in time where we all are right now. And shit's about to go down, bro. Shit's about to go down, bro. um but you got to believe it. You got to believe it, and you got to love what you do, and you got to just
Gotta feel it too, brother.
yeah, man, you gotta feel it, you gotta believe it, you gotta know it. And one thing I know about this space is that everybody's here, everyone here is a visionary. Everyone here, is seeing things before they happen. So this is the space to really be creative and bring your ideas out there, man. And you know, respect to you guys, man. Respect to like I said, man, it's the whole Ninja Cat crew, man. Respect to the whole collective.
No, dude, I love that, man. I appreciate that so much too, dude. I was fighting for one of those, man. I was popping up. Nope, man. I got like 40 blues, but no, that's freaking amazing. Appreciate that.
Bubba,
Yeah.
real quick, I wanted to say thank you, man. I really appreciate that gesture. You're a good dude. You've always been very humble. And we try, man. We try our best to be everywhere we can to support all the people we respect in this space. I don't care if you're the top dog or if you're starting out building, and I don't care about any of that, man. You show respect and you show up and you work. I want to be with you and I want to be friends with you because we all start somewhere. And I mean, there's people that are big time in the space, and I don't look at them any different. And people, like, I don't see a hierarchy that doesn't exist in my world, man. You know, and you've been consistent with the love and respect you've shown day one, and I commend you for that, brother. Truly, I do. So, thank you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Bubba, when you get a chance, send that vault address over to me, and you can lock this thing up, bro.
Dude, I will definitely do that. I appreciate that. That's amazing. Was not expecting that tonight. You are yeah, that's awesome, dude. Appreciate you coming up too. I know I got to get with you on some of the other back end stuff as well. So let's make time. I know tomorrow night we got the front porch. We got the front porch. Let's do, hey, Thursday night. Let's just lock something in right now, live on Space. What do you got going on Thursday night? I usually get on around 10 or so. Is that good for you? Not to open a space or anything, but just we'll talk in the back channels.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All
That's
right.
perfect.
Yeah, I can get
I'm
caught
good
up
Thursday
on
night.
some of this stuff and then get you over some of the info you need. And I need to get caught up on some of the Discord stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I try with Discord, and it's just I gotta be
Same,
a
bro.
boomer, man. I struggle so much.
Same, bro.
And it's used widely in NFTs, and that's why I was like, okay, I just got to suck it up and do it. But I struggle over there, so it'd be nice to
Yeah,
have some help.
honestly, man, like the cool thing about it is that like we use it for more of like verifying our user base. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what we use it for. We're not in there playing Scrabble and shit. You know what I'm saying? We're not really doing that. We're gonna be doing that in virtual reality in the metaverse. So we're creating like gonna be doing like weekly experiences and like really cool stuff moving forward. But the Discord is really just to kind of verify our user base, and then we put like exclusive content in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you have to be active in the Discord and be like that's not what it's about. It's about like verifying your assets, and it's about getting uh, getting authorized through the token gates to actually enter some of these experiences that we're building. It's more about the experience. The Discord, if you're not in there every day, that's fine, that's cool. You don't have to be in Discord every day, but it's good to get into the Discord because especially when you're in the Ethereal Guardian tier, there's a lot of like perks that you'll get that you don't have to be in the Discord for, but you have to be verified. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way that we use
I
it.
got you. That makes more sense too. It's just a way to see, to make sure you got what you got, and kind of give you a place to track everything as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Okay.
cool because like with Matrika, like we have like all the different tiers. So As far as like the first tier, second tier, third tier, there's Sentinel, then there's Mystic, then there's the top one. You like we know who the ethereal guardians are. So we wanted if we want to do an airdrop tomorrow, which we're gonna do soon, we're gonna be doing an ethereal airdrop. So everybody that's verified that's an ethereal guardian will get an airdrop because we already have all that information. It gives us all that. So we can do airdrops, we do whitelist, like everything is like even the whitelist is connected to the Discord. So the depending on what tier you're in is what whitelist you'll be placed in once we do the the next mints and everything and all the other stuff that we're going to be building out. But it's really just for verification purposes.
I what I want to do Thursday, we'll chat more, and because we have the ability, like right now we're, if you haven't seen it yet, we're on Twitch, we're on X Live, and it's an interaction. You can see, you see all the emojis moving and all that. It's live. The same thing can be done, showing a Discord screen or anything else. I know you can do it on Spaces here, but I don't think it's quite the same. So let's chat Thursday, because maybe we can do a space where we have you up here talking, and at the same time we got the Discord live, and we can kind of roll through all the different things to better. I know with things for me, if it's not super simple, I struggle with it sometimes, and if I struggle with it, I don't come around as much to it, and it come around as fast. And then what happens is when you finally figure everything out, you're like, oh man, what? I was scared of that. I was afraid of that, or, so I think that might be a way we can get everything racked down on what's going on, what tiers we got, and what each thing means. Let's figure that out, but for sure, we can work something out.
Definitely, brother. Looking forward to it, man. Thanks for having me up here, and again, shout out Ninja Cat. Let's go.
Let's go, dude. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Margie, I know your hand was up for a second. Was it pertaining to something he was saying?
No, it wasn't, though. He said a lot of wonderful things, and you guys are deserving of whatever goes into your vaults. I wanted to apologize to both you and Cody, because Margie B took it upon herself to post 5 different things in the Jumbotron. I posted Liz's and re-envisioning space at 12 for tomorrow. I posted my Taco Tuesday at 6:30. I posted CeeLo's Building Together space at 8 p.m. Sassy's 1-year anniversary at 10 p.m. And then for January 8th, I posted Slick Rick space. So much apologies, but I know you love everyone that I posted about. So
Oh,
I know
yeah, we do.
I know you're not gonna hit me with the chocolate.
No, I can't even
No
say that
chocolatas.
word, but I would definitely, you don't have to apologize, because I was getting ready to kind of go through everyone's page and just find their posts. So appreciate that. And I just said tweet. That's what happens when you start messing with coding stuff, because everything's worded in tweets instead of posts and all that. So no, Margie, I appreciate that. I'm so glad you did that. So everybody down below, please interact with the Jumbotron up there. I'm just going to continue to call it the Jumbotron. I can't ever remember what we actually call it.
A lot of people used to call it the Lissatron.
Lissatron, the Sassytron,
Yes.
the Front Porchatron, the Ninjatron. There's so many trons out there. It's just the Jumbotron. Hit the Jumbotron post. Please interact with those. Set reminders. Even if you can't be there, set the reminders. It helps the algorithm. One of the hardest things for anyone to do, space hosts, community projects, whatever you're doing, the hardest thing is get people to see it. And
Hey, Bubba.
yeah, go ahead.
You're 100% right. But real quick on the Tron story. I remember when I got my first document signed when I enlisted, and they put Tron on my last name. The clerk did that. And I was like, what the heck is this, man? I ain't got no Tron on my last name. So yeah, I had to share that real quick.
Megatron, Autobot,
Yeah, close.
roll out. But for real, it does help the engagement. It helps the algorithm, so anytime that you can like someone's like someone's post, comment something, even if it's just throw a GIF on it, anything helps, and I'm guilty of it. I'll scroll, I get that doom scroll where you're just kind of scrolling and you're half paying attention to things. But there's a lot of meaningful things out there. So if you see something, that catches your eyes, read through the whole thing, leave a meaningful comment if you can. But that is it's just like anybody else. You know, we try to call out. I'm much better at the beginning of the space than I am in the middle or the end. So we'll do that real quick because I've missed so many people that have rolled in here. Russ is here, Celos is in here, Teal's in here, Wolf is in here, Zen. Man, I feel horrible. I've missed so many legends rolling in here and listening. Sassy, we got the 1 year coming up. Sassy's over on the Twitch right now as well.
Bubba.
Yeah, go ahead.
In regards to that front porch, I guess Sassy's feeling pretty ill, and I will be co-hosting. She'll still be there hosting that space for her 1 year, but she wanted to let everybody know that she's been under the weather and battling pretty nasty bugs. So it's still going through. You know, her in her fashion. She's gonna be there and make it happen. So come through tomorrow night, 10 p.m. EST. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna bring some heat and some energy. So
I'll be
just
there.
throw that out there
I
on
hope
top.
that thing kicks. I thought I don't know. Maybe it was one of those times she was feeling a little better and it got worse. But I also honestly I'll be dead honest. I was not on
Starlink.
Oh, can you hear me? Come back.
You back?
I don't know. Am I back?
Nope.
All right. Over on Twitch, we're gonna close this down. Appreciate you guys hopping in because we're gonna rug over
Margie.
here.